Viewers' discretion is advised. What is up, folks? I'm from Tube Studios here, and recently I have been on my vacation to America, and holy moly, there's a lot to pack in here. So today, I am going to be bringing you my whole America trip recapped, so that way you lot will finally get the information of what I've been up to for the past 8 days during my vacation to America. But here's where it gets weird. I am not going to be recapping this with my voice, mainly because I have a lot of projects to be getting on with, including my Nicktoons New Zealand AU, which is coming this summer, so, yeah. Instead, I'm going to be recapping this with the help of the CapCut British voice text-to-speech thing. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get on with it!
Day 1 had to be one of the weirdest starts to my America trip. I had to wake up at goddamn 4 AM in the morning, and then Mam introduced me to her friends that are going to America, Jamie and her niece Jennifer. After that, the taxi came and dropped us off at Newcastle Airport, where we had to get sorted, and then waited for our call to our TUI flight. And oh man, was traumatized for life on that plane. 8 hours of nonsense, and I'm probably not gonna go on holiday ever again till we come back. Once we landed, and after some quick checks at the Florida airport, we had 1 hour and 30 minutes on the bus, while the bus driver drove us to our hotel. After we've arrived at our hotel, which is honestly the greatest we've ever been to, we've gotten our room, and it was time to get sorted. Then we had to get some stuff at 7-Eleven, including some extra chucks of water, and then we had something to eat, pepperoni pizza to be precise, and finally it was time for half an hour in the pool before we've settled into our hotel room. So first, once we woke up at 6, Mam wanted me and her to get breakfast, but didn't realize that the breakfast restaurant doesn't open until 7 AM. So we went outside for a bit to call my weird sister and my favorite cousin, aka Lee. And then breakfast was finally on the horizon, and I had apple and grapes. I also did try bagel, and it was okay, but I'm still sticking with toast when we get back. After that, it is time to relax for a bit, and sooner than later, it was time to go to Epic Universe. And this is where it got so burnt, I was nearly running out of anywhere to get shade. First we went to Super Nintendo World, where we rode on the Mario Kart ride, and it was a race of a lifetime. But then it was my master plan to get back at Mom. Last time we went, I was traumatized by Hagrid, and Mom made me go on it, without realizing I still blame her that badly to this day. After this, we decided to have a look around nearly everything else in Epic Universe, and honestly it was good. There was also a pizza restaurant called Pizza Moon there, so my pepperoni pizza was a success. Once that occurred, we decided to have an hour in the hotel, because I wasn't feeling too good, but thankfully a lot of drinks sorted me out, and I was back on track. Next it was Universal time, and we went on a few rides featuring Despicable Me, which I hate, so I'm calling Despicable Me, The Simpsons and Jimmy Fallon. Mam's friends Jennifer and Jamie were going on a separate ride to focus on a mummy or something. I never really took too much research, okay. Then me and my Mam went to a cool restaurant that sells fries, but after a few rides our legs were hurting, so we decided to come back to the hotel. I chilled on the deck air, and right after we went to the hotel and rested. So first of all, I had a lie-in and woke up at 7:40 AM. That sleep was so good. And then I had breakfast, and I gotten the same meal, which is gonna be every day at this point, lol, apple grapes and a me bagel. Then it was time to relax for a while, until it was getting ready to go out somewhere time. Mom's friends Jamie and Jennifer went to the water park that's located within a fake volcano, and honestly, that was weird. They did enjoyed it, though. Meanwhile, with me and Mom, we went shopping. First we took the iTrolley to some shops, but didn't get anything. Then we booked a lift to Walmart. Before we went shopping at there we went to a McDonald's that was also at Walmart, and I've gotten my usual chicken nuggets and fries meal. After that we shopped, and we've gotten a few things at Walmart. After that it was time to head back to the hotel and relax like villains taking a break from taking over the world, or something like that. Then while Jamie and Jennifer went to IHOP, me and Mam went to Universal, so they both can meet up with us later. So we went on a few rides. Me and Mam went on Fast and Furious and a technical difficulty Transformers ride. Later on, Jamie and Jennifer went on a water ride at Islands of Adventure, but then an event called Cinetastic was on at 9, so we took the Harry Potter train back to the main Universal Park and finded a spot to see the show. And my opinions are this: I enjoyed every bit except for Despicable Me, Trolls and Harry Potter. Then once it was over, we went back to the hotel to rest. So first of the agenda, had the best line ever, until Mam messed it up and woke me up at 7:45. Damn it, Mam, I could have lasted till 8 if it weren't for you, lol. Then me and my Mam had breakfast, and I had the usual apple and grapes, but this time I've also managed to get my hands on my favourite type of bread toast, so there I am celebrating. Then after that we chilled until it was time to get ready and go shopping once again. We've went to a few shops. Seriously, I actually forgotten that part for some odd reason. Then it was time to go to Target, and I brought some stuff: the Envy plushie, the Super Mario Galaxy Movie Yoshi toy, a Transformers Optimus Prime toy, and the Lego Avengers set. So there goes half of my American wallet, aka $100. Anyway, next we had a bit of a late lunch, the Chick-fil-A, and the fries were a weird shape, but for some reason I enjoyed them. However, the nuggets were not really for me. Some nuggets do taste different, and don't think otherwise, Mom, because I know what you're like, blah blah blah, same taste, yeah sure. Then we went back to the hotel, and me and Mam had some tea, where I've gotten another weirded shaped fries, and once again, for no reason, I loved it. Seriously, like what the hell, Orlando, how are you spreading this much luck to me? Once we got back from tea, though we've only just realized it was a stormy rainy day for the rest of it, so we decided to call it quits and relaxed in the hotel for more than a few hours, and man, I felt glad we got a break from the parks for a day. So first I've gotten my 8 o'clock light and eated, thanks Mom. Then I had an apple for breakfast, which was good since oddly we didn't go to the cafe for breakfast today, lol. Then it was time to get ready and go out. Me and my mom went to Epic Universe, while Jamie and Jennifer met someone. I'm pretty sure it was one of their family relatives. So basically me and my mam went to Super Nintendo World and went on the Mario Kart ride again. And after that ride, I've purchased a few things from One Up Factory and the shop that was after the Mario Kart ride. I brought a Universal trophy to make me feel like a winner for some odd reason. And I've also brought an exclusive Chef Toad figure, not so spoiler alert, but he appears in the Mario Galaxy movie for a few seconds. What a coincidence, LMFAO. Anyway, after that we've explored the rest of Epic Universe, and then went to Pizza Moon again. I loved eating the full 8 slices of pepperoni pizza. Then after that we've went back to the hotel to finally chill out in the pool for 2 days without it, and we've stayed there for 2.5 hours, and that was spectacular. So then we've gotten ready to head to the main Universal, but only realized it was starting to rain, but not as long as last time, so we've resolved to go to Universal anyway once it stopped. So once we've arrived we had some chips at a restaurant again, and it was so good. Then we did some rides, Kong and Spider-Man to be exact. Jamie and Jennifer split it up, while me and Mam went to Spider-Man. Jamie and Jennifer wanted to go to Hagrid's, aka my biggest nightmare ride, but it didn't work for them, so they'll probably try again tomorrow. Then it was time to head back to the hotel, where we chilled in the pool again, and then we headed back to the hotel to rest. So first off I woke up ending my lie-in and about almost 8 o'clock, and then I had breakfast with apple grapes and a pear, lol. Then it was time to relax for a bit, and then we got ready to go to Universal. Jamie and Jennifer went early for Hagrid's, and this time they made it, and it was so good for them. But for me, as of the previous time I went on vacation in 2024, it was a nightmare for me, so please never again. Anyway, once me and Mam arrived, we did a few rides: Transformers, Simpsons and Fast and Furious. I've also brought the Bumblebee figure to go with Optimus Prime I've gotten a few days ago. Then it was lunch at the restaurant in Universal, where I got chips again. Then it was time for another boring ride, E.T. Man. That was terrible. After that, we went back to go shopping at a few shops, and then got back to the hotel to chill by the pool for a bit. I decided not to go in today, so I've relaxed on the sun lounge. Then after that, we've ordered some food and got some rest afterwards. So first I had my 8 o'clock lie-in for the last time this vacation, and then it was time for my apple, pear and grapes for breakfast, and man, that was so glorious. Then it was time to relax until we got ready to go out to Universal for the last time. We went on a few rides, including Jimmy Fallon, Transformers and Fast and the Furious. Those were actually my top 3 favorite rides, lol. Then we went to the Universal restaurant and I had pizza, and after that we got to the shops and brought some stuff and managed to relax for a bit in the hotel afterwards. Then after hours of rest, it was time to get ready to go to Epic Universe for the last time, where we discovered the Harry Trotter bit. I'm not a Harry Potter person nowadays. Anyway, at 9 p.m, we've seen a light show that lasted 10 minutes long, and here are my thoughts. It was fine, but I didn't like Harry Trotter or How to Paint Your Dragon. Don't ask why I made ridiculous names for these Universal franchises, alright. So yeah, America complete. So first of all, I woke up at 6:30 a.m. and had breakfast until it was time to finally leave the hotel to go to our bus for an hour and a half to the airport and wait for our 3:20 p.m. flight. And that was tiring. Then it was time for us to go on our flight back home, where I slept through the whole flight. Man, that was so relaxing. Then after we landed, it was time to get the rest of the usual airport duty done before we gotten picked up by our taxi. Then we gotten home and said goodbye to Jamie and Jennifer since they went back home, and then we unpacked and I gotten upstairs back to my room and relaxed. And just like that, our vacation was finally over. Anyway, time for the full rating of America in general. I give the American trip a 6 out of 10. There were some good things like shopping, being at the hotel, relaxing by the sun lounge, chilling in the pool, and riding a few rides in the Universal theme parks. But honestly, there were not good bits like flight busyness and the amount of hours being on the flight in general. So yeah, I'm not going to America ever again, because I'm looking for a 2-hour flight instead of 8 or something. Anyway, that's it.
Thanks, CapCut text-to-speech voiceover dude! Anyway, time for me to get back to working on my Nicktoons AU, which is hopefully coming soon. So yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe and like, and I'll see you later. Cheerio.